Hey, welcome everybody to Bridging the Seen and Unseen. I am that gangster preacher, clergy, podcaster guy, crazy guy, Shane McLain, and this is Gwen.
Hey,
How are you? I was going to say crazy stuff with you, man, but I didn't know. I don't really have anything crazy to say about you. And plus, females kind of scare me because, like, they may go off on me, man. And I may have like the she woman man haters club going on here because Angie's like right here.
she's probably giving you that look, and she.
Yeah. I don't want to do it. Can you close up, babe? Can you close up real quick? But
Hey, Ray.
guys, hey, I'm sorry for the glare. It's a bad glare that comes in. But tonight I am super excited. My guest that we've had, we have wanted to get together for a while and do a show together. But she is an awesome person. We've been on shows together. But let's bring her on, Tracey Lynn.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Well, I'm glad I finally got here.
I'm glad you're on. I'm glad you're here with us.
It's an honor.
Can you tell everybody just who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Tracey, of course, and I am a third generation witch, medium, and empath. In my family, it's every third generation on the female side. So my great grandmother was one, and I was one. When I was born with what's called the veil. It's a thin, downy that comes down to like where a veil would. And obviously, over a period of time, it will dissipate. So you don't look like Wolf Woman walking around. When my mother saw that, she knew, she goes, oh, she's going to be like grandma. And my mother didn't have any abilities, but she adored her grandmother. So she never encouraged or discouraged me. So for me, seeing spirit is, I wouldn't know what to do if I didn't. You know, it's like breathing. If I guess, like, if somebody's blind, they don't know what they're missing. Right. You know, I don't know how else to put it. It's just part of my daily routine. Who is Irene? Do you know an Irene?
My mom's name is Irene. Yeah.
She's still here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because there's a female, an older female that says, tell Irene, hello. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's her mother.
It could be my nanny. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say, didn't. Okay.
She won't communicate with me myself. I don't know why. She never will. Just one of those people who she just won't. Not with me.
Yeah. So sorry about that. So I've learned.
You're supposed to do that.
Unless I go with a Tourette moment, no harm to those with Tourette's.
Oh, it's all good.
If I say it afterwards, it's kind of like, you're right. Okay.
No.
So I'd rather, and I'm not always right. Don't get me wrong. I don't even pretend to be 100% all the time. No one is. But I'll tell you what I tell you. And if it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So.
So for a long time, like you've known for a long time that you've had abilities and things like that. That's awesome. I've had the past few weeks. I've had mediums on, and I really wanted to get you on there. And I'll tell you something too, Tracey. We were watching a paranormal show one day. And on YouTube, I can't remember who it was, but you were on there.
Oh, Jake the Ghost Hunter.
Yeah. I think so.
Jake, something like, down at Laurel's house of ours.
Yeah. You were on there. And I was like, wow. I was like, look at her. Yeah. And I was like, wow.
Oh, I love that place. It's one of the most haunted places I've ever been to, because it's not only built where an asylum used to be, and then there was a sanatorium there, and then there was an old age home there, and then it became a movie theater complex sort of a situation. They also have the antiques from these various places, and there's a mass serial killer that was found in that area, who I ended up channeling one night in front of my husband. that was special. That was fun. He's like, what the hell's wrong with you? So
When you say you channel the serial killer, like do you have like do you have feelings like the serial killer felt, or are you just like around the serial killer?
I tell people it's kind of like being in the back of a movie theater. Now, when they're trying to get the communication to come through, I can feel like when you've sat too long on your legs and you kind of go numb. I get that all over.
Mhm.
And then I'll sit down in the seat and let them talk. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. When I was down at Land Between the Lakes with Greg Ogles and Natalie Smearin and all them doing a documentary, he put the God helmet on me. Are you familiar with that?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
oh
I
yeah.
used that also.
That
Yes.
I had never had before. And he goes, I got to see what it does to you. So, okay, fine. So we go down in October on Halloween, full moon, a really messed up area of the country called Land Between the Lakes. So we're down there and he puts it on me. And, I start seeing crazy looking swirlies and stuff. And then he put the Estes method on me. And that particular scenario, I actually wrote about it in my little book. I'll tell you about that in a minute. That was the first time I felt what the victim felt.
Oh.
And it was two girls who were murdered, and they were first assaulted in a way that a woman should never be assaulted, if you understand me. And it was two of them. So, I've never felt them. So it's always been benign to me. It's like, okay, well, they're saying this, that, and the other. But to actually experience what they went through, to literally be in their eyes looking out, ooh. And I think it was the God helmet because, it was already open. But here but
It puts you that much closer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's not for the faint of heart. I wouldn't, like a Ouija board, Don't play with the Ouija board unless you know exactly what you're doing. Don't do any of this unless you know exactly what you're doing. Same thing with that, just don't go, oh, that sounds really cool. I'm going to try. No, don't, please don't. No.
I saw that, Aaron. Thank you for sharing out the show, man. I was actually able to see that. Aaron is in our order, and he's also my team director for Outer Realms Paranormal.
Okay. Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
But yeah, the God helmet, that I've heard lots of things about that. And JW Prather or whatever, like he does these experiments or whatever that like
I was there last year. Yep.
Yeah, where it like brings you to like as close to the other side, like veil wise, and multiple people can do it in different places. Did you get a chance to do it, Gwen?
I did.
What was it like? Like, did you feel anything of it?
All right, I'm gonna say it like this. I already travel by accident. How can I do this? I don't travel on purpose. I traveled by accident, and it keeps happening by accident. And if I try to travel, well, that's even more intense. But I still, to this day, now I went under, right? And I still, to this day, would not be surprised if they brought me out of it, because I don't feel like I'm totally still here. I feel like I'm still there. That's how real it was. That's how intense it was for me. And the God helmet, how long were you able to keep the thing on, or did they cut you off at a certain minute?
They had it on me for about 25 minutes.
Okay.
So,
well, I kept it on for, and I can't remember how many minutes they let you keep it on, but we had somebody in the same group that could only have it on a few minutes because they started talking weird.
Okay.
Because it'll do something weird. Some people, they can actually have seizures.
Most of the time, they said the people just enjoy like the peaceful. You hear like a little bit of buzzing. That's it, right? And I'm sitting down there, and the only thing I can compare it to is I don't know if y'all ever ate the Chiclets gum when you were a kid, and the little yellow with the confetti on it. Yeah. I started seeing that. I'm like, wow, this is really pretty. I'm covered. And I looked down at the other end, like a football field away. all the way at the other end of the field, and I see a shadow, and I'm thinking, you know, with my background as a shadow person, that's a Sasquatch behind me. That is my stepson. Anyway, I see what I think is a shadow person, right? And I'm sitting there, and then with a millisecond, it was here, and then it was in my face within like less than
You know
a
my
snap.
story? You're going to die when you hear this. I was sitting in a chair, God helmet on, the room was black. We were sitting in, and it's a haunted location. And all of a sudden, there's this lady in my face.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
no.
Right in my face. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
very
no.
unsettling.
That is so weird.
So
Can you guys explain, because Angie was like, you know, what exactly is a God helmet? You know, can Tracey, can you explain to me what you think a God helmet is?
I don't know the mechanics of it, but it's like a loose fitting cap that goes over your head, and there's electrodes on it. No more dangerous than the ones on your refrigerator. And that goes into a box, and it sends pulses. And then it's if what I remember from Trey Hudson is correct, it brings the left and the right together. You know, like that little seam that's in the middle is supposed to make that bridge a little bit for a little while. So that's how he explained it to me. Gwen, you might have a much better way of.
Now, I did the one by the Staffords, one of the older ones, I'm assuming, that has been revamped and all that. Katie Stafford and KT Stafford. I wore theirs, and it honestly looked like something from we lost. Oh, never mind. Anyway, it looked like something out of one of the space movies or something, because it had been adapted and all this. It was crazy looking, but that's exactly what it does. It kind of brings kind of both your sides together. But for me, it was almost like things were more peaceful and quiet, and then all of a sudden there's this lady in my face.
Oh,
and it happened like snap, and she was there, and I was like, hey, how are you? And everybody's like, who are you talking to? I was like, there's a lady in my face. And everybody's like, really? And I was like, yeah.
So what exactly is it trying to do? Like when you have it on, I mean, is it like trying to bring you to another dimension, or like what exactly is it trying to do?
I look at it as it's trying to give you a little boost of energy so you can
it enhances some psychic.
Yeah, there you go.
And some people, now this is the way I understand it, Tracey. The way I was doing it, it enhances some psychic, some of them it doesn't do anything for. It's some people that have never seen anything, it enhances that and lets them able to see it. That's why you're supposed to sit still as you can for just a minute and let it do its thing, and then you're supposed to slowly kind of pan around and to see if you see anything. That's kind of the basic way it was explained to me.
So what if somebody's not psychic? You know, I mean, and say like I was a skeptic, which I'm not, and somebody was explaining that to me, and they said, well, put this on. Would I get the same things that you guys would get, or like what?
I mean, most everybody's born with it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then through no fault of their own, like the parents is either religious thing, oh, there's no such thing as ghosts, or, you know, it's just your invisible friend, or what, it shuts down. Once it's shut down, it's shut down. You might get a little spark here and there, especially if you're around another medium or another psychic, whatever you want to call it. But as far as like having it affect like would be for she and I, no. That's not going to be your everyday person. They're going to get weirded out by it because they're not used to it.
Right. Now, if they're real open to it, now I have heard testimonials, I guess, of somebody that's never seen anything, never felt any, like they had any kind of ability. And then that just kind of let them be able to see a full body apparition. But
oh, wow.
That is not everybody. Everybody is different. And that's why you have to
opened up. So it opened up like
third eye, sort of.
Oh,
that's they said mine is blocked.
Yeah, they Angie's been told by several mediums that her third eye is blocked.
But that I do have abilities.
But she does have abilities. Angie is a healer.
Yeah, she's a
Okay.
healer.
Like she is 100% a healer. And guys, I went 2.5 years with such a bad back. I couldn't even put my heel down. So
Right.
imagine walking like on the ball of your foot for 2.5 years. And Angie was like, just let me pray over her for a second.
Okay.
And I'm like, to me, in my mind, I'm thinking, prayer is prayer. This is that, she loves me, she wants to see. As soon as she started praying, I felt this radiant heat coming from her hand. I mean, it was very intense heat coming, and it felt like she was touching my back, but at one point she wasn't touching my back, but I still felt like a lot of that heat coming in. And so she got done praying, and I was like, well, thank you very much. And I sat down, and I went and I said, maybe it'll end up working. And I put my heel down when I was sitting down, and I was like, I don't feel that anymore. And I stood up and I walked, and for the first time in 2.5 years,
Okay.
I was able to walk normal.
Wow.
And that's just, I mean, she is a healer, and she always is like, because she's been told by so many people, Bianca, I mean, she's Catherine Cirillos, she's been told by so many people that she's got special gifts, but it's closed off. And yeah, we really don't know how to get it unblocked for her.
I've heard that using tuning forks can help if you get the right frequency. You have to do a lot of studying about it and get the right frequency, and maybe it'll help break up some of
Or
the
sound bowls, maybe you think? Maybe?
or sound bowl, anything with frequency like that. Yeah, I know I have a set of tuning forks myself. I love them. I have medical issues. When my kidneys act up, I'll stick the tuning fork, and cats are looking at me like, "What you doing?" And it like takes the pain away. So I do that with headaches too. So it can't hurt.
No.
Put it that way.
And
She might look like
Reiki,
a unicorn for a few minutes, but it can't hurt.
True. Some people with Reiki can help you open it up. I do Reiki. And now I have these new gadgets, and they're really cool. They're copper coils that go on this side of your hand and this side, and on both. And they hold like this, or actually like this. Okay. And when I'm doing energy stuff and I have those on, it somehow
it's a copper
cycles it better, through my hands. And but they're new, and I've only tried them on one thing, and it was unique.
Well, if you have a piece of copper just sitting around your house, when it gets a little warmer, take that, go outside, take your shoes off, put the copper in the ground, hold on to the copper, and just let it do its thing. What it'll do is it'll draw the negativity out.
I ground myself every day. Yeah. Yep. And it does. And when I have them on and ground myself, it's amazing.
Yeah. It's like next level with the copper. And again, I don't understand how any of this works. I couldn't begin to tell you. It just does. That's all I know. Exactly. It's like, how do I know I'm breathing? Because I just do.
Yes.
Well, no, I think Angie was actually, she goes, it has to be warm outside.
Well, warmer. Like, you're not going to go out in the freezing cold, and
it's going to be like,
oh yeah.
Now, when I ground myself, I will do it in the winter, because sometimes I get all if I don't ground myself outside, sometimes I get very off and don't feel right, and that kind of thing. So I try to do it every day. But when it's cold, it's very quick. It's very quick.
I don't like cold. I don't like cold. That's all. For me, I wait till it's almost time now, but give me a cold breeze. I'm not good. Who used to call you, who did you call Ma?
Me?
No, him. Somebody you called Ma. Not your
Ma.
mother.
I had a ma.
Maybe.
I had a ma, which was my grandmother, and she was the absolute closest person that's ever been to me in my life.
Oh, okay. Well, hi. How you doing? That's cool. I was like, oh.
Yeah. She it's my dad's mom, and
Okay.
I spent a lot of time with her. Like, she is one of the most special people that have ever been in my life. You know, when I was going through having difficulties with parental units when I was, a kid, my grandmother was the closest thing to me. And so yeah, you said ma, and I know, and I called her ma.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It's nice to know she's looking in on you.
Yeah, Aaron's asking us a question. Tracey, I don't know if you can see it really good. And he says, hold on. Can you see it? He says, has anyone ever felt like they, when they are go into the lake, you can feel heavy energy leave your body? I go into the ocean, and it is the best thing in the world. So
yeah, as long as it's something natural, pure, real grass, not like that stuff on playgrounds, sand, water, something nature-wise. Concrete won't do it. Asphalt won't do it. You got to be on nature. But, I love going into the water. Yeah.
Oh.
I heard somebody else tell me too that like they said that one of the best groundings they have is I know it's going to sound, but they go out and they hug a tree.
Yeah,
it's the same thing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Sorry, I was about to have a cat that got sick on me.
Oh no.
Okay, I understand that one. Yeah, the energy that comes from the tree think of that as like compressed energy that's from the ground. You mean, because you're funneling it up into the tree. So it's nothing crazy about that. He might look crazy, but who the hell cares anymore? No, if you want to hug a tree, hug a tree.
Yeah, I mean they said that because they're like they were having a bad experience inside of a location.
Okay.
And they like things were like really, and he went outside, because of course when you leave the area, you get out to, especially like if you're having an experience that's not so good, like if something's trying to temporarily take over or something like that, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. Of course, you want to get out of the area. Well, he got outside or whatever, and he just rolled up his pants, took his shoes off, walked through the grass, walked right to a tree, and held on to a tree. And he said, within minutes, it just it resettled his.
Yeah, it's not just for hippies anymore. It's good for you.
That's amazing. That's why I like having and learning about all this, especially from different people. And you guys go in for the past like 6 weeks. I've had mediums on, and because I like hearing how you guys operate.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me tell you some comments real quick. Shane can't see it because he's on a phone.
No,
Tracey.
No.
So if you're wondering why I'm doing this, Chris, funny Chris, he said, "Who authorized this cast?" Yeah, it's the best cast, man. That's what's happening here. And Aaron was talking about for minerals, hold like obsidian in one hand and quartz. Yeah, I get it. I like my stuff too. And yeah, if you hug a tree, look for baby copperheads first. That's what Marla says. Yeah. I agree.
What is it? What is it? Say that again.
Marla Sabins. She's a friend of ours. She says, if you hug a tree, look for a baby copperhead first.
Oh, I thought she was saying to like find a baby. And I'm like, what?
No.
How are you going to ground yourself off a copperhead?
Just once.
Yeah. Maybe one time.
Believe me, babies are the worst too, because like like at least like a big snake. And here I'm in the South here, so I mean we get some big copperheads around here. And I'm telling you, it's not the real big ones that you have to worry about. It's some little ones because they have no control over how much they're actually injecting inside of you.
True.
Okay.
You know, and they'll do it all. But I thought she was saying to ground yourself with a copperhead, and I'm like, what?
No, she's like, watch out. Basically, watch out.
You know, that makes me think. That makes me think of like, you know, where Angie's ancestors are from, like that by God, Kentucky. You know, like the most snake wrangling churches. Oh, look, you know, these snake here, boy, they been there, boy. You know, praise Jesus, I didn't get bit. While he's got like 1 million bites on his arm. I know.
They're not poisonous?
Yes.
Huh?
Oh, my husband's going, yup.
Some of the old didn't inject anything. That was an old trick. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Makes him look all big, bad, and tough, but they've already gotten rid of the venom.
I'm sorry to tell you, but I mean, like, if look, I believe so much. I'm a very spiritual person, and I really believe in God. But if I walked into a church and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden they bring out vipers and rattlesnakes, and they're like, oh, we're gonna handle these today, and I'm like, nope, I'm not. You know,
Don't do spiders, don't do snakes.
no, that's what I mean. And I know it is biblical, you know, that you know, you'll trample on the head of serpents and stuff like that. I mean, I get it. But there is a literal and direct meaning for that, and it has nothing to do with man handling a serpent.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with that. And these hills have eyes people up there in by God, Kentucky and West Virginia. I don't know what they're thinking, but I mean, they think that if they handle these rattlesnakes and they hold them up in the air and they're able to shake them and do stuff and they don't get bit, that's a message that God is with them. And I'm like, that's a good way for you to meet God pretty quick.
well, that's what
Yeah.
Marla. Did you read what
Yeah.
Marla just said, Tracy?
Yeah.
Well, Marla just said we had a preacher come to North Carolina. She lives in North Carolina, and with his snake, and wait, hold on now. Came here in North Carolina with his snake, a rattlesnake, bit him, and he refused treatment, and he died. Exactly.
See, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. It's like, I believe there's certain things in this world, you know, in the Bible, it speaks a lot on discernment, you know, having proper discernment, knowing like how to say, you know, when to say stuff, you know, to think clearly and things like that. And that is just not. And to hear, it's sad that a preacher would really think that that's the way to go. But man, that's what I just said, Marla. That's what I just said. I said, to me, if you bring out a rattlesnake, I mean, it looks like you're trying to get closer to Jesus than what you're probably ready for. You know, because like a lot of them, I watch them and they hold them and they get face to face with them.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
You know, they get face to face with them. And then the one preacher that I saw on there, he actually would kiss the front of the snake because that's what I mean. And I mean at any point in time, I mean, you know, that thing could just be like, you know, I don't even like you, like that, click, and you're gone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't get it. So I get that, Marla. I get it. And or like if you saw these preachers that have the things on their arm and they come in with like leather pieces on their arm just in case a snake does bite. No,
Okay.
you can keep that too. You can keep that. I'll tell you, I'm the same way I walked in is the same way I'm gonna walk out. I am not sitting there watching some death by rattlesnake, today. It's just not happening.
Oh, come on. That's just Satan's slinky. That's all that is.
He can keep that.
It's funny to me because snakes like biblically, they wither on their stomach right there because that was a curse from God.
Okay.
That was a curse because of because he was sly as a serpent, and God told him, he said, from now on, you'll wither on the ground in your stomach, so that's why snakes don't have legs or anything like that, but
Okay.
I just cannot deal with snakes. I cannot. I don't like them. And like I said, in the South here, we have copperheads, and we have copperheads water moccasins.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of a water moccasin?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're black, and they have they'll actually sit there, and they can be in the water, or they sit there with their mouth open, and their mouth is all white, and that's what they use to catch stuff, and you do not want to get bit by one of them jokers either.
No.
So Tracey, the paranormal white witch, tell us how you accumulated that name, and what does that mean to you being in the paranormal?
I like the paranormal. I'm white and I'm a witch. No, I'm just teasing.
Well,
He's
then,
like,
let's just be straight up on point and nothing else.
No, honestly, it was a name that was given to me by someone, and a stage name, as you were, whatever. And I liked it. I thought it had a nice flow to it.
It does.
I've always been involved with the paranormal. I'm proud to be a witch. I came out of that broom closet 30 some years ago, and white doesn't mean skin tone in this case. There's white magic, there's dark magic.
Right.
Magic is gray, but I prefer to stay on the white side. So
good.
It was just throwing some words together, and then it just stuck. I can't help myself when somebody asks me that. Well, because I'm paranormal, I'm white, and I'm a witch.
I like that. That's cute.
Yeah, cause I mean, it does make sense. If you were talking about witches, they have like a stigma, many, like when you say that. So I mean, if you say like white witch, that seems like, oh, that must be some kind of a good, compared to,
it's a safer word. It makes people comfortable.
Right. But I mean, the same way, I mean, there's black witches too, right? I mean, there's people that do like bad stuff. So, like in the South here, I'm from the Low Country, and we have hoodoo practitioners here in the Sea Islands around here, and they come from the Gullah heritage.
Mm-hmm.
And they speak Geechee or whatever, but man, I just saw Nespar posted, and somebody sent them what they called a Geechee doll, and I had to correct them because I'm like, there's no such thing as a Geechee doll. It's actually a Gullah doll. It's actually Geechee. Geechee is the language that they speak.
Right. Okay.
You know, and they're real hoodoo around here. They're not exactly voodoo, but like they have a very strong belief, like in hoodoo, that if you're good to me, I'm good to you.
Yeah.
If you're bad to me, you know, I'll be
Yeah.
worse to you.
Yeah. You reap what you sow.
And I mean, they're
So
really serious. They're really serious about their stuff. Like they're old time island remedies, you know, and stuff like that. Like if you come here and you go down to some of these islands right here, you may have like a blue house or whatever with green shutters, you know, and that's usually a hoodoo or a gullah person that stays there because it keeps the boogeyman out
Okay.
from the window. Huh?
Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, it's the different color shutters, but
Okay.
they have a lot of different beliefs like that here. So I mean, like when there's dark magic and stuff like that, like how can you know if someone's doing like darker magic when they say like they say they're a white witch but they're doing darker, so how would you be able to tell the difference?
Same way you would know if somebody in the Christian faith was evil. Here's a cross. This is a sign of light and love and beauty and all that.
Upside down. Yeah.
Same thing with our pentagram. Our pentacle was originally, this is what the history I found, it was the original, the symbolism was the 5 wounds of Christ because it has the 5 points on it. Point, it's always going to be up, just like the cross, always going to be up. When you take that cross and you invert it, then you become an asshole. You know, that's when people just go, and it always comes back on them because you cannot wish, like I am absolutely, it's an oath I take. I can't hate anybody. I can get irritated. I can hate their actions, and I can pray that they get better and see the error of their ways. But I don't curse people. You can't, you know, not if you're a normal person. All right. There's some loonies out there. We all know this. But how do I know if I walked up to Gwen on the street, I'm empathic too. So people give off vibes. And if you're into the negative like that, it's going to ooze out of you.
It does.
Could you tell? I mean, could like an average person, even like me or whatever, could I tell? I mean, they're not like, you know, to me, you know, I think of like these gothic looking, you know, wearing like white faces, you know, they just don't look right. I mean, but is that the case with them? I mean, do they mean to do that?
That's another reason why I started to do the podcast, because I thought, let me present what we really are. You know, like if you're goth and you like all that makeup and hoo-ha, more power to you. But it's not, it's just become a stereotype of what we look like. We look like everybody else. You would pass me on the street and never know unless you saw some of my jewelry, you know. So sometimes people dress to impress, and it just irritates the living daylights out of me. You know, the dudes with a black liner and the black hair, and it's like, can you make it any more stereotypical? You know, you're not helping anybody. So, but yeah, like if you come across somebody who is just downright evil, your gut is going to tell you something's wrong. So I always tell people, I don't care what your faith is, trust your gut. If it says leave, get yourself out of there. You know, if it says trust the person, don't trust the person. I can't tell you, I've made the mistake of thinking, it's in my head, you know. And
you know, I think another thing too is like, you know, I'll be 49 this year, and I remember the satanic panic. and
Yeah.
things
Oh,
like that. I remember, but I remember like there was a big group of Satanists that were in a neighborhood that I used to live in when I was a kid, and like people's animals were disappearing, and they would find them hanging up in trees, and stuff like that. I mean, it was really, really bad. And one on Halloween night, I don't know what it is, but in Merle's Inlet, where we used to live in Garden City, which is right on the outskirts. There, they have houses on stilts,
okay.
and they're houses on stilts, but they're made for hurricanes. So if a hurricane came through, the water can go underneath
Gotcha.
where they're affecting the house. And this lady was getting out of her car, and she went up the stairs, and as soon as she did, a guy that was in a black hood or whatever took a razor and cut her Achilles tendon while
Oh
she
my God.
while she was going up the stairs, and was
Oh,
trying.
wow.
And every step she was taking right there, she said it just told, because she had to get away from him because the guy was trying to kill her.
Right.
And that was what they were trying to do. The animals started disappearing first, and I don't know if they did things with children. I'm not sure, but they were wanting to use her, as like a sacrifice or something like that. Now, do black witches do that? Are they more on the satanic level?
Not really. Being a Satanist is a whole different issue. You can have a dark witch who dabbles in it, and
But
that's
why is it how are they so similar though? Like a lot of the satanic practices can look like something that a dark witch would do.
They have, to be fair, they have over the years sort of intermingled with one another. With the witches, you're supposed to look for each side of something: the white, the gray, the black. Just a well-rounded perspective. Somebody who's into dark magic is going to lean towards being a Satanist. Might not go all the way towards being a Satanist, but they're going to throw hexes on people. They're going to throw curses on people. They're going to make people sick. They're going to do all the nasty stuff that I would never do in a lifetime. And it always comes back on them. You might never hear about it.
That's what I was wondering too. I'm like, have these people just never heard of karma?
Oh yeah, it does. You might never know about it, but yeah, karma will come and get them. Absolutely. It's always more.
If they do bad on people like that it will come back on them pretty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's karma. I think is through I don't care what faith you are. I think your karma is just like part of society. If you're going to go out there and be a jerk to everybody, eventually somebody's going to be a jerk back to you, and you're not going to deal with it. That's just my perspective on it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I mean, you're either a good person or you're not.
Yeah.
And I mean, and to be honest with you, a lot of these people, a lot of churches, they have this thing that anybody that does with tarot cards or anything like that it's satanic, which I don't believe that. I don't.
You can make anything satanic. Anything. If you don't like
I don't believe that an average person, see, I'm saying like even with you, there's people that are in churches today that if you went in and said that you were a psychic and that you read tarot cards and stuff like that you're satanic.
Oh, sure.
you
I'm
know,
sure.
and I have a hard time with that. And like, and another thing is how churches have this conception that everything is demonic, you know, that if you're having a paranormal experience, oh, what did you do? You know, like, or like like there's that's demonic or whatever it is around you. And that's just simply not true. I mean,
Hollywood
and
and society have brainwashed everybody to think that. I mean, look at some of I love the paranormal shows because they're funny to me. I
they
get
they
such
are. Everything's demonic.
everything's demonic, especially the show. I don't know if it's still on called A Haunting. Everything was just going to kill everybody in there, and it's a demon, and the chances of coming across a legit exorcist type demon is
1%.
oh my god, I don't even know how to talk that small. It's
1%.
just yeah.
1%.
I mean,
I work
I
cases.
thought you said what percent?
I work cases like that. I work cases. I work spiritual warfare cases. I work residential cases, you know, in things as clergy. So I do clearing, cleansings, and blessings and stuff like that. And I have been around a true exorcism. I've been around, you know, when someone is demonically oppressed, and there are certain things that happen to and around and in that person that a normal person is not going to be able to do, comprehend, or anything.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
the way that they're saying, like YouTube and everything is putting demonic out there, like, oh well, a coffee cup flew out of the thing, that must be a demon. You know,
Yeah.
come on, man. I mean, really?
Oh, the
Really?
podcasts are the best. They're the ones that it's the scariest night, the worst demon. We almost died. Every single one. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Stop
A
it.
lot of them are.
And they think, and one thing that I've noticed is that they think they're going to get more views if they put demon, or you know, I really like the ones to where they put demon inside the name of them, and then they have a scratch on their face or something like that, and it never even happens on the show.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
clickbait, Shane.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what they call it, clickbait. It gets you to
See,
click on
that's
it.
what I thought. That's what Angie said. That's what Angie said. I'd never heard of that, and I'm like, and I noticed that, and I'm like, how are they even why would they do that?
Because they just want what I guess eventually becomes easy money for them once you're up to that level of subscribers and whatnot. But I won't mention the name of the show. But there is a podcast out there that I just had all kinds of respect for until they went to Burkittsville, Maryland. Now, if you remember the Blair Witch, it took the town's name of Burkittsville. Burkittsville has a road, and it has the big major business in that town is an antique store. That's it. And then it's farms and houses. That's all it is. Well, these people were at Burkittsville, which was actually the place was filmed up in Canada, and they're walking around town. It's like, I've been there. You're not at Burkittsville. You are lying your tush off. So
They weren't there.
no, I've been there. You know, I've walked around the town before with a former paranormal group I was with, and yeah, it was like, it looks nothing like this.
Man, and they advertise that?
They do, because who's going to prove them wrong? If they have
Well, you did.
Well, I know, but out of 20 million subscribers, if I just put my little thing in there, and I have before, then you get, what do you know? Oh, you're just, you know, you get the nonsense. So, you know, I figure at the end of the day, are they bothering me? No, they annoy me, but they're not bothering me. I have to ask you guys something. I've been writing notes, and I'm a terrible artist. When I tell you I'm a terrible artist, I am not.
My poor stick figures.
Oh,
not good.
A woman has been in here. Oh God, the picture is so awful. She has her hair's kind of parted on one side and it's short, like a light brown, not really a strawberry blonde. She said she had a strawberry blonde kind of bob in the late 60s, early 70s. I think hazel eyes. Real pronounced cheeks when she smiles. I'm going to show you this picture. Please forgive me. I have no idea. But
I know who
I
that is.
think that's Angie's mom.
shut up. Angie, I didn't mean to insult your mom like this because she looks. I can't draw.
She said she couldn't draw right.
She just described.
It's my mom.
She just described. She just described exactly what your mom and Angie's. Yeah, she's starting to get emotional. She lost her mom in 2012 to ovarian cancer.
I was going to ask you, and this is like that afterwards, did you have it? Because I can see her. She said at one point I was like this, and there was a bandana with like little flowers or something on it, and I could see her eyes real sunken. She goes, but now I'm whole. Now I'm fine. You know, everything's good. And
yeah, she used to wear bandanas on her head.
Okay. And she says that she's really happy that your mother kind of took your wife under her wing afterwards.
Yeah, she's happy that my mom took you under her wing.
Yeah. And that's nothing to feel guilty about. She
has waited for this the whole time. She has wanted her mom to come through so much.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, can you get a name?
Mm-mm.
Her name is Nancy.
Okay.
Her name
sometimes I do names, sometimes I don't. I just not with this one. So Nancy. Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing. That Angie, can you find the picture? Yeah, we're gonna if we find it. I mean, when you described I was hoping she was listening. You know, when you were saying that because you were describing her mom.
Okay.
You know, and like her mom was one of the best women I've ever been around my entire life. She had a heart of gold and she has wanted so long, you know, because you know she wants to know that her mom's there.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
he walks with her every day. You know, she's always going to be. She'll catch a scent of her mom's fragrance or something, or she'll hear something that reminds her of her mother. There's always little signs that people without this get, but they don't realize it. So you just have to be like a little extra observant for your area. And if you have a dream about them and it's a color, that's them coming to visit you. Always, yeah. I've had my parents come and visit me in dreams many times.
Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Okay, my picture looks horrible, but yeah, I didn't know how to do the teeth without making her look like a jack-o'-lantern.
Tracey, your drawing's not bad, honestly.
Yeah, that was.
That's our wedding. We put the picture up because she wouldn't be here, obviously.
Right. But I think she wasn't sick there, was she?
Not in that. She was gone. In that picture.
No, I'm talking about when she took that picture. No, because I mean, it was such a bad digression. Like she had stage 4 ovarian cancer, and I mean, and Angie's dad was just a horrible person. I mean, he was horrible, treated her bad. I mean, like her oxygen tank, she was asleep in the chair and she had an oxygen tank, and the oxygen tank caught on fire on the tube and it burnt his carpet in the room, and he threatened to throw all her stuff out in the yard and just tell all her nurses not to even come back, that because of their machine
There's the
burnt.
pumpkin eyes.
Yeah, and there's her when with her.
Yeah.
I've seen that picture. That's the one
Yeah.
Yeah. She showed me herself because they can present however they want. And she said, I used to be like this. She goes, I don't even have to wear glasses anymore. She said, everything's 100%.
Give her a hug, Shane. Come on.
Yeah,
Here,
give
come
the
here.
lady a hug. I don't like making people cry, but you know,
It's a happy cry. She wanted.
Yeah. Hey, look. Let me tell you guys something. Like her mom, her ashes are right here, and
Okay.
inside that box. Inside that box are her glasses.
Oh, okay.
Look.
The ones, if I'm seeing them correctly, that she used to wear, I don't know if it's wireless is the right word, but if there was a frame on them, it's very, very minimal.
Yeah, they're wire.
Yeah, that. Okay. Yeah.
That one with glasses.
Yeah. I don't know if you can.
I can see her. Yeah. Beautiful lady.
And yeah, this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pronounced cheek here, you know?
Yeah.
There's the big smile.
Yeah, she said she saw there's.
Yeah. Look at I didn't know. I can barely draw as it is, but then to do the teeth, I'm like, it's gonna look like a jack-o'-lantern.
That's you know, Tracey, you know, listen, we've had a lot of things, and Angie's gotten a lot of things, you know, where Catherine Cirillo's her Angie's dad, you know, came through, you know, and Catherine is in Greece, you know, so there's no way. She's a good friend of mine, and like she described her dad's motorcycle, and you know, said that that his motorcycle went to the wrong person. It was supposed to go to Angie, and it was. And I mean, she was saying all that, but the one thing that she's always wanted was for somebody to come through and say that her mom came through.
Yeah,
And
beautiful.
you just did it. You just did it, which is amazing. And but
I'm glad I can help. I don't like making people cry, but I'm glad I
yeah.
Yeah.
She honestly, she needed that. She needed that, you know, because you don't know how many times, you know, we sit there and be like, you know, I wish I would get it. And you know, now she'll be talking about her mom, and all of a sudden we'll see a red cardinal, you know, or something like that. Now, I mean, there's certain signs, or, you know, she was a smoker, or just out of the blue, you know, we'll smell cigarette smoke or something like that, you know, which is, you know, and I mean, there's things like that. But to hear the way that you put it, there's no question there. And we really appreciate that. You know, I really appreciate that. Like she says, thank you very much. Here you go, Andy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, Tracey, our hour's almost up already, but that just means that I'm gonna have to have you back for a round 2.
Awesome. I love to.
But you don't understand what you've done tonight, and I really hope that you do understand, because she has waited so long, and I have waited for her for so long, and to have you bring it up, you know, means so much to us, and we'll never forget this. So thank you very much. Okay.
Oh, please, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Hey, Tracey, thank you so much for being on, and it's been a blast, and you're an amazing person. And real quick, can you tell everybody how to get a hold of you?
Yeah, if you go on, I'm not that tech savvy, so I don't have a whole lot of ats and underscores and all that other stuff. You can get me on regular Facebook under Tracey Lynn, and remember to put the E in my name. You'll see a picture of me and my husband. Can't go wrong. You can get a hold of me through my Gmail account, which is paranormalwhitewitch@gmail.com. And a quick plug, this is my book. This is called Witchcraft by Blood and Tradition, a beginner's guide. And I've gotten all 5-star reviews so far. So far, so good. I've got a lot of stuff in there that has not really witchy things, but old cunning folk ways and old ways to do. Like I teach you how to make an apothecary, and I teach you how to make different things, So it's a fun book and it's a very easy read. So that's
awesome. That's awesome.
That is.
I never go on camera, but I have to tell you, thank you so much because I needed that.
Oh, sweetheart.
I needed
your
that.
cat knows you need some hugging.
Give her a hug. Yeah.
See, I told you. Like,
I needed that really bad.
She did. She did. She really did. Thank you so much, Tracey. And
Can you hold on in the back just a minute? I need to ask you something if you don't mind.
Oh, me?
No, Tracey.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And too, Shane, I need to ask Tracey something if she didn't mind hanging on for just a minute.
All right, Tracey. Thank you so much. And it's been a blast. And thank you so much for what you've done. And I hope you know that you've done a really good thing here tonight.
Oh, thank you. I'll get you guys some dates and have you on mine, both of you.
Good deal. Good deal. I look forward to it.
Let us close it out and then we'll talk to you for a second.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Isn't she awesome? I couldn't wait to have her on.
Oh, I know. I've been wanting to have her on, and just to have her, I hope she really does understand what that did for Angie.
My best friend.
That was my wife's best friend. I mean, it's.
See, I've seen the picture before, and that's why I said I know who it is because I had seen the picture.
Yep, and guys, if you guys only knew, see, you guys are seeing it on here, and you guys know. But if you knew the whole backstory, and everything on how close, her mom and her were. And in 2012, she passed away of ovarian cancer, and to have her come through out of Tracey of all people, and it's so awesome that happened, not only for us, but for all of you too. But it was great having her on. She's an awesome person. Y'all check her book out. Go check her book. Look at her page. She is a phenomenal person. And I thank all of you for being on, for commenting, for doing all that. And you guys, stay tuned. We got some good people coming up, okay? All right, you guys be safe and be blessed always and stay spooky, people. Peace.